Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Elizabeth Church, and I'm the Vice President Academic here at the Mount. And I'd like to welcome you to this most joyous occasion this afternoon. Please join us in singing God Save the Queen. I would like to invite Sarah Vino, our chair of the board, to come forward and deliver the invocation.
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, honorary degree recipient, honored guests, faculty, family, and friends of today's graduates, and especially our 2012 graduates. Greetings to all who are gathered today. Graduates, you have done well. Congratulations on your accomplishments. May all that has helped you during your Mount experience continue to serve you well. May today's convocation offer further inspiration, stretching our minds and hearts and increasing our desire to be of benefit to others. And in the words of Annie Lennox, Scottish singer and activist, may we all ask ourselves, have I been kind today? Make kindness your daily modus operandi and change your world. We can each make a difference through our thoughts, words, and actions. We can and will make a difference. Journey well.
Thank you, Sarah. Please be seated. I'd like to invite our President and Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramona Lumpkin, to come forward.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Madam Chancellor, Madam Board Chair, distinguished guests, faculty, graduates, family, and friends, it's my very great pleasure to welcome you to Mount St. Vincent University's Spring 2012 Convocation. We're gathered today and tomorrow to celebrate the accomplishments of over 650 of our students from 15 different countries. They have completed their required courses of study and now receive their certificates, degrees, and diplomas from 42 Mount programs. We're very proud of each of you graduates today and congratulate you on achieving this special moment and this milestone in your educational careers. During Spring Convocation, we also bestow honorary doctorate degrees on 3 exceptional individuals who have distinguished themselves in their lives and careers. Their contributions to artistic, philanthropic, and scholarly excellence serve as a great motivation for Mount graduates, many of whom are themselves already engaged in making a lasting difference in their communities. Dr. Jean Bethke Elston, who received her honorary doctorate this morning, is one of the most influential scholars and writers on ethics and politics in the world, and has been widely recognized for her work exploring the role of women in social and political thought. Dr. Elston is currently the Laura Spelman Rockefeller Professor of Social and Political Ethics in the Divinity School of the University of Chicago. She is the author of over 20 books and hundreds of articles and lectures widely around the world on themes of democracy, ethical dilemmas, religion and politics, and international relations. Today's honoree, Stephen Jaroslavsky, will be honored at this afternoon's convocation. He is a Canadian financier, businessman, and philanthropist. A graduate of the University of Chicago and the Harvard Business School, he started the firm Jaroslavsky Fraser Limited in Montreal in 1955. I won't extend my remarks on him because I don't want to steal the thunder of our citation deliverer, and you will hear much more about him in a few moments. He has been awarded honorary LLDs from Canada's leading universities, and we're very proud at the Mount to give him his 12th in this special year, 2012. He is active. He's also been inducted in the Canadian Business Hall of Fame. He's been active in educational, cultural, and charitable activities and has endowed more than 23 university chairs, including the Mount's own Gail and Stephen Jaroslavsky Chair in Learning Disabilities. And Gail Jaroslavsky is with us today as well, and I'd like to give a special welcome to her also. Budge Wilson, who will be honored tomorrow, is a Nova Scotia writer with worldwide acclaim. Her prolific career has produced over 30 works of fiction for both children and adults, including the notable Before Green Gables. And her works have been translated and published around the globe. A graduate of that university down the road, Dalhousie, Ms. Wilson continues to garner many honors and awards, including the CBC Literary Competition, the City of Dartmouth Book Award, and the Municipality of Halifax Mayor's Award for Cultural Achievement. In 2004, she was made a member of the Order of Canada, and in 2011, she was awarded the Order of Nova Scotia. Convocation celebrations are a time for us to acknowledge individuals who have made a significant contribution to our university. Dr. Ilya Bloom, who's with us this afternoon, was recently chosen by Senate to receive the 2012 Award for Service to University Governance. Congratulations, Ilya. This spring, we also recognize two individuals, Dr. Diane Looker and Dr. Anne McCleave, for their commitment to academic excellence and their service to the Mount. They've both been conferred the title of Professor Emerita in recognition of their achievements. This afternoon, Kelly Poirier, who teaches part-time in nutrition, will be graduating with her degree of Master of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Brittany Thompson, a graduate with degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, is the daughter of proud mom Sandy Finley Thompson, one of our faculty members in business, hospitality, and tourism. And Robin Mann, graduating with his Bachelor of Business Administration, is the son of, I'm sure, equally proud mother Linda Mann, a faculty member at the Mount in Applied Human Nutrition. Also amongst the graduates today is Heather Standing, an MSVU staff member from the Registrar's Office, who will be receiving her certificate in information technology. And Derek O. Simmons, graduating with his degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study, received the Alumni Varsity Prize for Athletics and played on our varsity basketball team for 5 years. Not only did he carry a full course load and demanding basketball schedule this year, but he also worked and volunteered at St. Andrew's Recreation Center in his neighborhood. During the past year, I've had the chance to gather with staff, faculty, students, alumni, and friends for countless events, ranging from our annual holiday luncheon to convocation ceremonies, fundraising events, and day-to-day lunches in the cafeteria. Whatever the occasion, a positive spirit of energy and an element of storytelling is always present when the Mount community comes together. But on February 9th, I was part of an event that, in my experience, was one of the most special at the Mount. Positive energy filled the air, balanced by suspense as guests awaited an announcement that would change the future of our university. In May of last year, the Mount launched a bold fundraising initiative, Project 2012, to raise funds to build the first classroom building to be opened on our campus since 1971, over 40 years ago. A building that would not only provide much-needed teaching and research space, modern, well-equipped teaching and research space, but one that would be dedicated throughout, honoring the achievements of women. The first and only such building on a Canadian university campus. Our mission has resonated with people in Nova Scotia, Atlantic Canada, and across the country. And one woman in particular was moved by the campaign, a woman who has been steadfast in her support of organizations that promote women's rights, social equality, early childhood education, and the arts. This woman is the Honorable Margaret Norrie McCain. Mrs. McCain is so supportive of our drive to raise funds for a new building that she has committed $2.25 million to the project, the largest donation in the history of the Mount. And in her honor, the building will be named the Margaret Norrie McCain Center for Teaching, Learning, and Research. Yeah. Donations have now brought our fundraising goal to more than $8 million of a $12 million goal, and we just started a little over 12 months ago. We're committed to finishing by the end of 2012, which is why I told you, Mr. Jaroslavsky, that 12 is our lucky number. Margie McCain's generosity is informative for this campus and for the quality of teaching and learning at the Mount. The Mount's commitment to the advancement and empowerment of women is well documented and is one of the cornerstones of our university's identity. Founded by the Sisters of Charity at a time when opportunities for women were limited, the Mount has been at the forefront of almost 140 years of achievement by women. Recently, we launched a virtual Women's Wall of Honor on our website, the first step towards the real-life Women's Wall of Honor, which will be housed permanently in a garden-like setting outside our new McCain Center. Unique in Canada, this inspiring project will showcase stories and photos of women from all walks of life. And please do visit it on our website, www.womenswallofhonor.ca. If you want to see some wonderful stories and photos of women who are currently being honored. Each day that I spend at the Mount confirms my sense of what an extraordinary university that I've joined and how fortunate I am to be a part of this community. You graduates here today know firsthand the value of the time you've spent here and the gift of learning extended to you by the Mount's dedicated faculty and staff. I wish each of you the rich benefits you deserve as a result of your hard work during your time as a Mount student. I also trust that each of you will in turn share the benefits of that education with the society to which you belong, inspired by the example of our honorary doctorate recipient, Stephen Jaroslavsky. And finally, as we begin our proceedings, I want to thank the extremely hardworking team of faculty, staff, and volunteers who have worked tirelessly to make our convocation the success which our students so richly deserve. They're the magicians behind the scenes, and I hope you'll join me in giving them a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you, Ramona. I'd like to invite Dr. Jim Sharp, Dean of Education, to come forward and present our honorary degree candidate.
Madam Board Chair, Madam Chancellor, Madam President, distinguished guests, faculty, graduates, family, and friends. It is my honor and great pleasure to present to you Stephen Jaroslavsky, CM/COQ/MA, for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Stephen Jaroslavsky's story is one of perseverance, achievement, and continuing contribution to Canadian society. He was born in Berlin, Germany in September 1925. After public and high school in the Netherlands and France, he studied mechanical engineering at Cornell University and Japanese at the University of Chicago prior to serving in counterintelligence in Japan during and after the war. He received his MA from the University of Chicago in 1946 and his MBA from Harvard in 1949. After working with Alcan Aluminum in Montreal, he had started the investment firm Jarislowsky Fraser Limited in June of 1955 in Montreal. Now chairman and chief executive officer of the firm, for 57 years he has directed the growth of his company to become one of the largest and most successful investment management firms in Canada. Often referred to as Canada's Warren Buffett, Stephen Jarislowsky espouses value investing, which he popularized in his 2005 book, The Investment Zoo. In this book, which was such a bestseller in the province of Quebec that it replaced the popular Da Vinci Code at the top of the bestseller list, he lists 5 principles of investing. So for all the students in business and other, here are the principles. Don't be driven by greed. Avoid the bubbles, whether they be .com, housing, or gold. Be motivated by the preservation of capital and realistic growth. Diversify your holdings by company and sector. Focus on quality of management and cost control. Think big, and don't avoid the unexpected. His philosophy is evident in his campaigns for shareholders' interests and good corporate governance. In the media, he has not hesitated to criticize corporate executives for mistreatment of minority shareholders or excessive compensation. Whether it is the corporate practices of Conrad Black, the executive compensation of Frank Stronach, or the recent inappropriate actions of the executives of SNC-Lavalin, he has been a whistleblower on those who have not followed good governance practices. He is a co-founder and director of the Canadian Coalition for Good Governance and has endowed university chairs to improve research and teaching on investment and governance, including chairs on corporate governance at York Osgood Hall of Law School, governance at HEC Montreal, and public sector management at the University of Ottawa. However, Stephen Jarislowsky is not just interested in value investing for shareholders. He wants to build a better society and a stronger Canada for all. This is evident in the campaign he conducted with Calgary business leader Richard Haskane to prevent the foreign takeover of Potash Corporation of Canada. Through a carefully planned media campaign of public articles and opinion pages, they argue that the foreign takeover would create a potash monopoly that would set the world price, would cheapen our resources, and lower the return for provincial governments. They started their campaign in Saskatchewan, first convinced Premier Brad Wall of the danger, eventually convincing 4 premiers, and finally the Prime Minister to disallow this foreign takeover of our largest potash resource. Stephen Jarislowsky never hesitates to speak for the public good of Canada. His interest in creating a better society is shown in the work of the Jarislowsky Foundation, endowing research and teaching positions at over 23 universities in Canada. In addition to the chairs to promote good governance already mentioned, the Foundation has created chairs to promote science, politics, culture, and education. The range of fields of these endowed chairs demonstrates his commitment to broad, liberal approach to teaching, to research, and to service. Some of the titles of his chairs include the Study of Democratic Institutions at the University of British Columbia, Religion and Conflict at Assumption College, University of Windsor, Modern History of the Middle East and North Africa at the University of Manitoba, Canadian Families and Work at the University of Guelph, East Asia at the University of Victoria, Biotechnology at the University of Saskatchewan, an endowment for master artists at the Banff Centre, Religion and Cultural Change at Simon Fraser University, Culture Change in Rapidly Developing Modern Societies at Memorial University, the Institute for Canadian Art at Concordia University, and now the Gail and Stephen Jarislowsky Chair in Learning Disabilities here at Mount St. Vincent University. For his perseverance, his achievements, and his contributions to the good of Canadian society, I present to you Stephen Jarislowsky for this distinguished award.
So, on behalf well deserved. So, on behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Stephen Yaroslavsky, to the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
So I'd like to invite Dr. Jaroslavsky to come forward and deliver the convocation address to the graduates.
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, deans of faculty, students, professors, and friends of mine, and parents especially. Parents should not be forgotten because they sent you here. Usually, when you get a degree like this, you feel a little bit awkward because you walk into the room, you haven't spent 2 or 4 years to study, and you get a degree, which is probably the fastest way to get a degree. And not only the fastest way, but the most painless. And you wonder why you deserved it. And I've wondered about that for a while now, as you can imagine. But I'm told that it's for the 60 years that I've been out of school, so really I have worked for 60 years to get this honorable degree. So on that basis, I think it's acceptable. I want to give you a little bit of my experience today in life, and I've been out of school for quite a while, as you know, or at least you heard. And also, I have taught myself at different places, and I still teach to an extent on television for Queen's at the University of Victoria, and sometimes in person for McGill and Concordia and the French universities in Quebec. So I know the academe to some extent, and not as well as I should, but with the chairs which we have established, I can tell you that I know a lot of principals and chancellors of universities, and I've totally admired these people, especially the chancellors, for the enormous amount of time they put in without really any compensation, and all the work they do. And I can only look at the Chancellor of McGill, who's an old friend of mine, who today practically spends his whole time there just trying to help with different aspects of the university. I feel therefore very honored today to be able to address you. And I remember my own graduation, which was in 1944, early 44, and I was very apprehensive at the time because we were in the midst of World War II. And I was studying mechanical, not chemical engineering. I want to correct that. Chemical engineering, I think, is more difficult even than mechanical. And it was a tough study because we had to do 4 years in 3 years, and we didn't get any vacations because it was either that or go into the army. and I preferred to study to go into the Army. I have to admit in retrospect, and also at the time I might have admitted it. But in engineering, we had a totally different course from the courses that are given today. We worked with slide rules, which nobody ever heard about anymore. Instead of calculators and computer-assisted design, we didn't know anything about those. And we did it on a drawing board. We had to design by hand, and we had to do all the mathematics of the drawing in our head and on paper. No pressing on a button and telling the machine what to do, and out came the drawing. But contrary to many students today, I had a very firm job by the time I left the engineering school. The job was obviously with the US Army, because I lived in the States. But I found that on joining, my job description had changed from engineer to infantry and more studies. 3 months of jungle fighting training down in the swamps of Florida in the wintertime, and in the morning there was ice on the swamp, and at noon it was 25 degrees, and you sagged right down into the swamp. That was jungle fighting training. So much has changed since 1944. The whole world has changed. It was then a time when you didn't cross the ocean by plane. Rather than taking hours, the trip took at least a week in some of the fastest boats. The only thing, however, that has not changed, and which I believe you should remember and will never change as long as you live, and that is human nature. The human animal fundamentally remains the same as ever. So when I graduated, I had no difficulty getting a job. Engineers died less in battle than the infantry, and the battles in Europe and the Pacific required many of the latter. When we were sent abroad, the first place we went was called the replacement depot, and it wasn't difficult for anyone to figure out replacement for what. Still, many of us survived. When I turned 21 in 1946 and exited the Army, my generation had experienced the Great Depression from 1929 until 41 in the United States, and we then faced the reality in the American Armed Forces. We experienced enormous responsibility for men 18, 19 years of age, and in my case, part of the Japanese occupation in which I was in charge of a whole bunch of people without really ever having had that experience in my life before. We became far older than today's young people in experience and the ability to face adverse realities. So when I returned to the United States in the fall of '46 and took up studies again under the GI Bill of Rights, which was free, not like the Quebec students who have to pay as much as $2,600, we never went on strike. We still very much remembered the scarcity of jobs during the Depression, and we wondered how all these returning soldiers would find jobs. We did find them, and we were very much surprised at the enormous opportunities as the world recovered. None of us expected that. Most of us went to the big corporations on graduating from the Harvard Business School, and most of us stayed with those corporations all their life because we knew what a good job was like, and you didn't fool around. Those then who survived were lucky, for our early experiences had given us a great realistic sense of values acquired by many literally under fire. Many of us made great successes of our lives. Of the Fortune 500 companies, 6 of us became president out of that 1 year's class. In the Army, we learned the need of discipline. We learned to be able to count on each other. We had no choice. We learned to be truthful and to do the best job we were capable of. Call it a search for ethics and excellence. These were lessons of not having had much choice, because you had to respond to the tough situations. We needed to be imaginative and face new problems as they arrived. Again, we had no choice in those earlier years. I always said that till age 1921, I was a player of a chess game, and I was always the defensive player. We learned self-improvement, and we learned responsibility. We were very lucky, and I have learned since that time that Lady Luck walks past everyone's door. Not that everyone recognizes her when she is there. It is easier to see her and respond to her if you have open eyes and an open mind and realize that you need facts to understand a problem, that you must learn to think. Descartes, je pense donc je suis, I think, therefore I am. Then when you have done this thinking, then it is imperative for you, on the basis of that understanding, to act and to do what you have to do. And that's been motivating me during my entire life. And I like to tell you that no one can understand something for you. Only you can understand something for yourself, and you have to do the thinking. All religions at the core are based on living an ethical life. It is a common bond, whether it is Christianity, Buddhism, Japanese Shintoism, Chinese Confucianism, Judaism, or Islam. If there is a heaven, I always say, never mind your religion. If you lived an ethical life, you're going to get there. But even if there is not a heaven, such a life will bring you the trust and esteem of others. It is the basis of a good marriage and of enduring friendships. My generation, as I said, was lucky because we were tested. And I always remember what I had to say when I was in an Episcopal school in North Carolina. Every morning I had to say, "Lead me not into temptation and deliver me from evil." Parts of the Lord's Prayer, obviously, and rightly so. And why do you have to say it every year? Because it applies. Philosophy has never been defined better in my thinking than in the ancient Greece of 2,500 years ago. The Ethics of Aristotle is a book that I've always cherished and which I believe gives you an excellent and an unexcelled type of a short book of what ethics is all about. The idea that there is a mean which can be opposed to both extremes is a firm guide for me and should be for anyone. I always know people who don't drink, and I know others who drink too much. And to me, not to have a drink is depriving yourself from a great pleasure. Too many is not a good idea. Balance neither greed nor abstention. And that applies to almost everything that you do in life. Balance neither greed nor abstention. If you start with a rational premise and so determine a rational course of action, it is a surer way than using a logic which is based on an emotional premise. If the rational can be combined with the emotions, but not ruled by the emotion, you are strictly on your way. Most failure is based on reversing this emphasis, and most mistakes are made that way. If this rule is followed, many problems will be avoided, from marital divorce to the recession we now live, which followed a period of extreme greed which overcame ethics and reason. That brings me to another contemporary problem, the extreme of consumption today, which has brought about this long and deep recession, which can only be put behind us by a reduction of the huge debts, both personal and national, and a return to savings, and as I said before, a rational way of living. I recently read a Dutch writer, and I like reading books of the languages which I learned when I was a child to keep them up, who recently observed that the individual world's view today, according to him, starts with me, and I as its presence. I repeat, the individual's worldview today starts with me, and I as a present. Again, the idea that the mean is opposed to both extremes is applicable here. It brings back also the fable of La Fontaine of the grasshopper and the ant, and if you don't know it, I urge you to look it up on the internet. Do not allow yourself to drift, therefore, into a self-centered worldview. Rather, our individual mission in life is to set an example for others with our lives and to help people to help themselves. To help people to help themselves, which Maimonides, a Jewish philosopher in Alexandria in the year 1000, named the highest of 12 forms of charity. In other words, don't give a person a fish, tell him how to fish. Education is a road to this, and that is why our foundation is so involved in it. Do not conclude that your education stops with your graduation today. Today is merely a threshold to continue to learn for the rest of your life. Keep always open horizons. Never close your horizons. Never. That is my message today, and you're bound to success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jaroslawski, for sharing your experience and also reminding us to go back and read Aristotle's Ethics. I'm just wondering how many of you read that during your education, but it is worth going back to. And I'd like to invite Kevin Robinson to come forward to deliver the expression of gratitude.
On behalf of the Spring 2012 graduates, I'd like to show our appreciation today for coming here and celebrating your honor degree with us. Your successes are truly inspirational, and your message and your story is one of which that will remain with us through our lives, our careers, and as alumni of Mount St. Vincent University. Thank you very much.
So at this time in the ceremony, this is our opportunity to honor a couple of our faculty members, outstanding faculty members. Our president's already mentioned a few earlier, but right now I'd like to ask Dr. Wade Kenny to stand and Stephanie Hale to come forward to present. Maybe Wade, you could come forward to present the Faculty Alumni Award for Teaching Excellence. Stephanie.
The Mount St. Vincent Alumni Award for Teaching Excellence is presented annually in recognition of superior teaching and in appreciation of a faculty member's contributions to the high standards and goals of higher learning. The award is funded and administered by the Mount St. Vincent Alumni Association. A committee of faculty, alumni, and students evaluate nominees through classroom observation, a philosophy statement on teaching, and personal interviews. Candidates are assessed on their concern and attention to student needs, their successful communication of subject matter, and the reputation they have earned for superior teaching from students and colleagues alike. It is with honor and great pleasure that I present to you the 2012 recipient of the Alumni Award for Teaching Excellence, Dr. Robert Wade Kenny. Dr. Kenny, Associate Professor in the Department of Communication Studies, joined the Mount community in 2004 with a long history in the academic sphere. His educational pursuit began at St. Mary's University, where he obtained a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, a Bachelor of Education with distinction, and a Master of Arts in Educational Psychology. He continued his education at the University of Pittsburgh, earning a Master of Arts in Sociology and a PhD in Rhetoric. He has published both scholarly and non-scholarly material, including a notable fiction novel, The Attic, which was published in 1985 while he was working as a high school English teacher. He spent 2 years in Spain, writing and traveling, before moving to the United States to teach communication, sociology, and rhetoric at several universities. He then made the move back to Nova Scotia to become an invaluable asset to the Mounts Department of Communication Studies. Dr. Kenny's unique approach to teaching encourages his students to apply their knowledge to their coursework, but more importantly, in their everyday lives. He teaches his students to not only see concepts, but to see through concepts, to see a universe in a grain of sand, as he might say. His teaching philosophy, brought to life through every class discussion, reads, "Education can do more than shape the way one sees. It can also provide measurable skills. Part of my teaching responsibility, I believe, is to provide such skills, powers that ultimately improve a student's life." Outside the classroom, Dr. Kenny enjoys writing, staying physically active through swimming and weightlifting, and playing instruments including the guitar, piano, and fiddle. His desire to teach students what lies under the hood in life may be attributed to his hobby of mechanics and love for cars. Dr. Kenny inspires students to do their best work, both for him and for themselves. Only a truly exceptional teacher motivates learners to feel both enriched and melancholy when their classes with him are over. So it is no surprise that students will often keep in touch with him well after their time under his tutelage has ended. Since this award became known, students and alumni have had an outpouring of testimonials crediting Dr. Kenny for the positive change he has made in their lives. When a professor truly lives and breathes their work, excellence happens. The Mount St. Vincent Alumni Association and the Mount community is extremely proud to present the Alumni Award for Teaching Excellence to a man, a mentor, a professor, a friend, and an inspiration whose commitment to students is described by his students as simply extraordinary. In recognition of his achievement, the Mount St. Vincent Alumni Association will be making a donation in his name to a scholarship for Mount students. It is my pleasure, on behalf of the Mount St. Vincent Alumni Association, to present Dr. Robert Wade Kenny with the 2012 Alumni Award for Teaching Excellence. Congratulations, Dr. Kenny.
It's my pleasure to announce another faculty award. This is the Teaching Innovation Award, which recognizes faculty innovation in teaching, including curriculum development, course materials, learning technologies, collaborative or community-based learning, and other kinds of professional development projects. I'd like to ask Dr. Peter Mombriquet to step forward and Karen Blotnicki from the Faculty of Business and Tourism to come forward and read the citation.
It is Mount St. Vincent University's vision to be the national leader in creating the best university experience for all members of our community and in developing thoughtful, engaged citizens who make a positive impact on their world. Dr. Peter Mombriquet, Chair and Associate Professor in the Department of Business and Tourism, has been a faculty member since 2000, and his work has made this vision a reality for many Mount students. It is with honor that we acknowledge Dr. Mombriquet's work today and the contributions he has made to the student experience by presenting him with the Teaching Innovation Award. The Teaching Innovation Award recognizes a faculty member who has demonstrated outstanding teaching innovation, resulting in a significantly enhanced learning experience for our students. Today is only the second time this award has been presented since it was first awarded in 2007. With this award, we celebrate the contributions that Dr. Mombercat has made to the experience of business and tourism students at the Mount. Dr. Mombercat believed that one way the Department of Business and Tourism could offer students a superior university experience was through extracurricular programs that link classroom training and learning to professional experience. Through his research, he discovered students lack awareness about the application of theory and career development. To address this gap, Dr. Mombercat created Career Week, held twice each year, during which students had the opportunity to network and learn from experts in a wide variety of fields. Dr. Mombercat also helped fill this gap by developing a job club for upcoming graduates, and he was the driving force behind the Learners and Leaders Conference, an annual event attended by more than 300 faculty, staff, students, and members of the business community. Through Dr. Mombercat's discussions with students, he also discovered they had a strong desire to engage in experiential learning and to give back to society. While many students were motivated to engage in these activities, they lacked the knowledge to get started. Over the past 2 years, Dr. Mombercat was instrumental in rekindling the spirit of Caritas Day at the Mount by organizing an annual food drive on Volunteer Day in partnership with the Sisters of Charity Halifax. Over 150 students and faculty volunteered at this year's event. Additionally, Dr. Mombercat carried this experiential learning theme into the classroom. He created a unique in-course curriculum and evaluation method in Tourism 3380, which is a study tour course, where students learned about volunteer tourism and engaged in hands-on projects as part of their evaluation. This year, these students traveled to New York City, and they volunteered with the Sisters of Charity in that area. Dr. Mombercat also created and chaired the innovative Social Enterprise for a Day conference, which featured over 150 students engaged in peer learning by starting and managing social ventures. Dr. Mombercat serves on the Learning Passport Committee, which links many of these student engagement activities together. The Learning Passport is a unique approach. This has more than 400 students actively engaged in their education. They receive bonus points in many business and tourism classes for participating in workshops, conferences, and volunteer activities. This program has been instrumental in motivating students' responsibility for learning in professional practice. Now, Dr. Mombercat's contributions have not gone unnoticed by those who matter most, the students. A Career Week and Learning Passport survey showed that 91% of students felt the events were beneficial, 85% indicated that extracurricular learning was enjoyable, and 83% stated the events enhanced their learning. One business administration student said, "These extra opportunities give Mount students the edge over the competition and better prepare them for life after graduation." In addition to these projects, Dr. Mombercat has been heavily involved in the department's Masters of Business Administration proposal, the development of an internationalized business degree, and a new major in strategic human resource management. It is clear that Dr. Mombercat has significantly assisted the Mount to achieve its vision of creating the best university experience for its students and in developing thoughtful and engaged citizens. Please join me in congratulating and presenting Dr. Peter Mombercat with the Mount St. Vincent University Teaching Innovation Award for 2012.
Thank you. This time in the program, we have a musical interlude, and I'd like to thank our wonderful musicians, Diana Torbett and Anne Rapson, and they're going to be playing Thais, which is from by Jules Massenet. It's from his opera? The opera, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for that beautiful music. I'd like to invite, second, once I figured who I'm inviting next. I'm inviting Deanne McLeod to come to the podium, please. Deanne is the president of the Alumni Association.
Madam Board Chair, Madam Chancellor, Madam President, distinguished guests, faculty, graduates, families, and friends. As president of the Mount St. Vincent Alumni Association, I have the privilege of speaking to the graduates for a few moments on this very special occasion. 20 years ago, I sat in this very same auditorium waiting my turn to cross the stage and receive my degree in business administration. It was an emotional day, full of pride, relief, happiness, and a touch of sadness too. Today is a day for you to celebrate your success and to look forward to the future, and I encourage you to enjoy every minute of it. Your connection to the Mount is one that will last a lifetime. The time you have spent here will influence how you think, how you work, and how you view the world for the rest of your lives. As you are bestowed your degrees, diplomas, and certificates in just a few minutes, you will become members of the Mount St. Vincent Alumni Association. To mark this new status, you will each receive a lapel pin bearing the coat of arms of the Mount from a member of the Alumni Association. You may ask, what does it mean to be a member of the Mount's Alumni Association? For 90 years, Mount St. Vincent alumni have been working together in association to support our alma mater, to support Mount students, and to stay connection with our school and to each other. We have been there in times of need, such as in 1951 when the original Mount buildings were destroyed by fire, and the Alumni Association held fundraisers to help purchase supplies for the new school, which is now Everistus, so not that new. Today, in addition to supporting several academic scholarships, bursaries, and prizes, the association has supported and contributed to Project 2012 so that future students will be able to learn and research in a first-class academic facility. From what started as 50 women 90 years ago, the Alumni Association is now made up of more than 23,700 women and men who have come from around the globe to study at the Mount and who are living and working all over the world. Throughout your time at the Mount, your experience has been shaped in part by Mount alum. As guest lecturers, co-op employers, university staff, mentors, sports fans, members of the Board of Governors, or in any number of other roles, you have felt the impact of alumni who are staying connected with the Mount. I hope that when you leave here today that you too will stay connected and offer your support to the future students of the Mount and to each other. As a Mount alum, I urge you to wear your pin and your Mount ring proudly. Please support your alma mater however you can, and keep us informed of your achievements and your accomplishments. On behalf of all Mount alumni, congratulations to all of you and welcome. Thanks.
So now we come to the moment that I know you've all been waiting for, our chance to honor you, our graduates. And I know many of the family and friends would like to take photographs of your graduating students. Please come down to the front. You're welcome to come down as students cross the stage.
Madam Vice Chancellor and President, It is my privilege to present you with the candidates for collegiate honors of graduation. I attest that they have successfully completed the required courses of study and ask that they be awarded the certificate in gerontology on Donna Heather Wheeler Usher. The diploma in tourism and hospitality management on Holly Leanne Fleming. We will now turn to the presentation of the undergraduate degrees. During the course of the presentation, certain students will be noted as having achieved superior academic status and will be awarded the Senate Awards of Distinction. The Senate Awards of Distinction are engraved pewter medals awarded by Mount St. Vincent University. The undergraduate awards are presented in recognition of superior academic achievement to the student who graduates with distinction and the highest aggregate. The Master's Awards are presented upon recommendation of each graduating program. These awards will be presented along with their parchments. Madam Chancellor, it is my privilege to present to you the candidates for collegiate honors of graduation. I attest that they have successfully completed the required courses of study, and I ask that they be admitted to the baccalaureate degree. Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Applied Arts, Family Studies and Gerontology on Amanda Lynn Brown.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Amanda, to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Arts, Family Studies and Gerontology, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Erin Marie Chasson.
Erin, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Applied Arts, Family Studies and Gerontology.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Applied Arts, Information Technology on Sajed Kamran with distinction and highest aggregate, and he also receives the Senate Medal.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Sejen, to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Arts, Information Technology, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study on Eliane Marguerite Angel with distinction and highest aggregate, and who also receives the Senate Medal.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Eliane, to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Shannon Lee Buckles.
Shannon, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Charlie Rose Burney.
Charlene, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Jessica Dawn Chisholm.
Jessica, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Erica Danielle Davison.
Erica, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Catherine Dizer.
Catherine, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Megan Marie Frazier.
Megan, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Eric Paul Gardner.
Gareth, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Sarah Marcia Garvey.
Sarah, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Trista Lynn Victoria Jacquard.
Triska, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Penny Joanne Krill.
Penny, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Brittany Elise McMillan.
Brittany, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Christine Elizabeth McNeil.
Christine, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Melissa Colleen McNeil.
Melissa, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Danielle Lynn Monroe.
Danielle, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Kelly Markeisha Robinson.
Kelly, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Shannon Ann O'Neill.
Shannon, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Brittany Laura Sanford.
Brittany, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Julie Elizabeth Silmarie.
Julie, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Julie Marie Smith.
Julie, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Derico R. Simmons.
Derico, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Thank you. Chelsea Alexandra Vallely.
Chelsea, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Melissa Ann Wilson.
Melissa, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study Honors on Ashley Feindel.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Ashley, to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study Honors, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Denise Jaylene Verge.
Denise, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Child and Youth Study Honors.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration on Sahid Motar Abudo.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Saheed, to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Rayan Salih Kalofi.
Rayan, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Good luck.
Majed Ali Asalim.
Majed, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Good luck.
Anthony Amaruni.
Anthony, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Good luck.
Tiffany Pauline Andres with distinction.
Tiffany, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations on the distinction.
Ian Raymond Adam Baker.
Ian, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Good luck.
Juanita Marie Barron with distinction.
Juanita, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Congratulations on the distinction.
Gokhan Basaran.
Gohan, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Ashley Marie Beckwith.
Ashley, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Mitchell Alexander Powell Bell.
Mitchell, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Kayla Marie Vincenza Blinkhorn.
Kayla, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Justin Andrew Brimacombe.
Justin, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Wendy Lee Bouchard.
Wendy, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Paul Nonamaker Campbell.
Paul, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Fenji Ava Chen.
Fanzi, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Honji Grace Chi.
Honji, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Jessica Clairvoyant.
Jessica, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Andrew David Coles.
Andrew, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Tara Kathleen Curry with distinction.
Tara, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Habat Ala Debez.
Abat, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Sean Michael Deschênes with distinction.
Sean, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Good luck.
Svetlana Alua.
Svetlana, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Danielle William Fanning.
Daniel, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Sharman Farzana.
Sharman, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Jalisa Jamie Frazier.
Judlisa, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Amy Elizabeth Frotton.
Amy, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Giselle Leah Gomes.
Giselle, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Bethany Ann Grimes.
Bethany, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Ayla Habush.
Ayla, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Kelsey Brianne Hake with distinction.
Kelsey, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Krista Diane Hamilton.
Krista, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Ryan Philip Hood.
Ryan, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Patricia Ursula Hudlin with distinction.
Patricia, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Keijin Jia.
Keijin, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Yuheng Kang.
Yuheng, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Pierre Laberge with distinction.
Pierre, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Mingxia Liu.
Lingxia, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Lacey J. Patricia McDonald.
Lacey, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Sam Michelle McKenzie with distinction.
Sam, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Jessica Morgan McNutt.
Jessica, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Jennifer Dawn McPhee.
Jennifer, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Robin Kevin Daniel Mann, Cooperative Education Route.
Robin, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Ashley Elizabeth Marsman.
Ashley, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Laura Elizabeth Matchett.
Laura, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Jessica Dawn Miller.
Jessica, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Shirley Suwana Nangadia.
Shirley, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Peter John Nasrallah.
Peter, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Good luck.
Mohammed Owada.
Mohammed, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Catherine Ann Parsons, Cooperative Education Route.
Catherine, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Terry Michelle Parsons with distinction.
Terry. Congratulations. I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Amanda Chelsea Peaver, Cooperative Education Route.
Amanda, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Michelle Denise Rhino with distinction.
Michelle, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Kevin Michael Robinson, Cooperative Education Route.
Kevin, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Good luck.
Kyle Robert Rutledge.
Kyle, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Thank you.
Stephen Ludwig Sally.
Stephen, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Thank you. Good luck.
Emma Christine Sal Miguel.
Emma, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Mahmoud Akram Chouan.
Mahmoud, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Bin Chen.
Bin Chen, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Caroline Constance Alice Smith.
Caroline, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Sarah Marie Smith with distinction and highest aggregate, and who will receive the Senate Medal today.
Sarah, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. You've done very well.
Julie Maureen Snow White with distinction.
Julie, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations. Amen, sister.
Min Song.
Min Song, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration.
Donna Ann Stokes, Cooperative Education Route.
Donna, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Courtney Elise Swan.
Courtney, I
Tiffany Lynn, Cooperative Education Route.
Tiffany, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business.
Brittany Lee Thompson, Cooperative Education Route.
Brittany, I confer the degree of Bachelor.
William Earl White.
William, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Business.
Kelsey Elizabeth Whitman.
I confer the degree of
Michelle Darlene Zwicker with distinction.
the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Congratulations.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration in association with Bermuda College and Mackay Andrew Leroy Wainwright.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I of Bachelor of Business.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations, Cooperative Education Route on Sarah Elizabeth Buster.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Sarah, to the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations, Sarah.
Elizabeth Colleen Cross, who also receives a certificate in marketing today.
Elizabeth, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations.
Avian Lauren Hines.
Avian, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations.
Caitlin Saran Jarvie.
Caitlin, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations.
Yake Kirsty Key.
Yake, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Daniel Stephen Kimbley.
Daniel, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Heidi Maria Kirby with distinction.
Heidi, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Margaret McDonald with distinction and highest aggregate, and who also receives the Senate Medal today.
Margaret, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations.
Elizabeth McKenzie.
Elizabeth, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Catherine Sarah Francis O'Halloran.
Catherine, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations.
Jenna Lynn Rathbun with distinction.
Jenna, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Candace Eden Reeves.
Candace, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations.
Anna Alina Eleanor Rutherford.
Anna, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Carly Dawn Sampson.
Carly, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Cody Gerald Slonwright, who also receives a certificate in marketing today.
Cody, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations on the certificate as well.
Nicole Claudia Smeda.
Nicole, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Jeffrey Gordon Hugh Smith.
Jeffrey, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations.
Haley Nadine Thomas with distinction.
Kaylee, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations.
Jamie Andrew Tobin with distinction.
Jamie, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Joshua Peter Tucker.
Joshua, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition on Jocelyn Sherry Bailey.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Jocelyn, to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Joanne Roberta Bradley.
Joanne, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations.
Jenny Lee Marie Boutelier, Integrated Internship Education Option.
Jenny Lee, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Laura Elizabeth Davis, Integrated Internship Education Program and with distinction.
Laura Elizabeth, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Sasha Lynn Dufton.
Sasha, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Laurel Sarah Fry, Integrated Internship Education Program and with distinction.
Laurel, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations.
Shirley Patricia Harden.
Shirley, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Rebecca Courtney Hare with distinction.
Rebecca, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations.
Ashley Lynn Landry.
Ashley, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations.
Sarah Elizabeth Mader with distinction.
Sarah, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Anand Bia Singh Manjat.
Anand, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Nicole Giselle Marie McGee.
Nicole, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Brandy Marianne McIntosh.
Brandy, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations.
Stephanie Joan McWilliams, Integrated Internship Education Program.
Stephanie, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck to you.
Craig Rogers.
Craig, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Nagar Sakai.
Nagard, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Megan Elizabeth Smith, Integrated Internship Education Program.
Megan, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations. Good luck.
Laura Michelle Sutton, Integrated Internship Education Program.
Laura, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations. Good luck.
Joanna Phyllis Spurway.
Joanna, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations. Good luck.
Michelle Zetto.
Michelle, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition.
Sarah Elizabeth Terry.
Sarah, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition.
Melinda Jenica Vanderheide.
Malinka, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition.
Doreen Joy Williams, Integrated Internship Education Program.
Doreen, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition.
Cindy Wing Yi Wong, Integrated Internship Education Program.
Cindy, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition.
Lisa Marie Woodrow, Integrated Internship Education Program.
Lisa, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition.
Huanyu Zhu.
Juan Yu, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition.
Jessica Zupan, Integrated Internship Education Program.
Jessica, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition Honors on Vanessa Marie McClellan, Integrated Internship Education Program.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Vanessa, to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition Honors, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Good luck.
Maria Catherine McInerney.
Maria, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition Honors. Congratulations. Good luck.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management on Stephen George Adams Practica route.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Stefan, to the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. And congratulations. Good luck.
Jingyi Ko, Cooperative Education route.
Ginny, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management. Congratulations.
Safa Samir Koder,
Safa, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management.
Kaibin Liao, Cooperative Education route.
Kai B, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management.
Kate Sarah Pickett, Cooperative Education route.
Kate, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management.
Bianca Sauve, Cooperative Education route.
Bianca, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management.
Kylie Alora Ellen Toner, Cooperative Education route.
Kylie, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management. Congratulations.
Ksenia Alexandrova Zayat, Cooperative Education route.
Ksenia, I confer the degree of Bachelor of Tourism and Hospitality Management.
Madam Chancellor, it is my privilege to present to you the candidates for the collegiate honors at graduation. I attest that they have successfully completed the required courses of study and ask that they be admitted to the master's degree. Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Master of Arts in Child and Youth Study on Sarah Elizabeth Dory.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Sarah, to the degree of Master of Arts in Child and Youth Study with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Lisa Marie Harrietta, who also receives the Senate Medal today.
Lisa, I confer the degree of Master of Arts, Child and Youth Study.
Lacey Dawn Robertson.
Lacey, I confer the degree of Master of Arts in Child and Youth Study.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition on Linda Abduhadi Al-Jakharda.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Linda, to the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Nawaf Wanas Al-Ruwali.
Nala, I confer the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations and good luck.
Ashwak Muhammad Saeed Bukhari.
Ashwa, I confer the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition.
Sama Abdahalif Damanhori.
Sama, I confer the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition.
Connie Marie Foote.
Connie, I confer the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition.
Nada Nasser Jabbar.
Nada, I confer the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition.
Manaloon Convices.
Manalu, I confer the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition.
Heba Abdul Rahman Sawali.
Heba, I confer the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition.
Ashley Dawn Stordy.
Ashley, I confer the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition.
Mingwei Sun.
Mingwei, I confer the degree of Master of Applied Human Nutrition.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Master of Public Relations on Louise Jacqueline Brooks.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Louise, to the degree of Master of Public Relations with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Katie Jane Mallam.
Katie, I confer the degree of Master of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Natalia Antoinette Peart, and she also receives the Senate Medal today.
Natalia, I confer the degree of Master of Public Relations. Congratulations.
Patricia Suzanne Smith.
Patricia, I confer the degree of Master of Public Relations. Congratulations. Good luck.
Mount St. Vincent University confers the degree of Master of Science, Applied Human Nutrition on Jennifer Ann Bowser.
On behalf of the Senate of Mount St. Vincent University, I admit you, Jennifer, to the degree of Master of Science, Applied Human Nutrition, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations. Good luck. You're not related.
Kelly Lynn Poirier, who receives a Senate Medal today.
Kelly, I confer the degree of Master of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Congratulations on this.
In absentia, in addition, we confer the appropriate degrees on all those presented to the University Senate.
I confer degrees in absentia on those persons so designated by the Dean.
And now it is time to present the awards for outstanding academic achievement, leadership, and service. Kappa Gamma Pi. Membership in Kappa Gamma Pi Honor Society of Catholic Universities is awarded to graduates who, in addition to high scholastic standing and a good record of extracurricular activities, give promise to academic leadership in the future. The recipient of the undergraduate Kappa Gamma Pi Award is Margaret McDonald, Bachelor of Public Relations. Margaret is an active member of the Mount and the broader Halifax community. Margaret has volunteered for various local organizations, including being a board member and chair of the marketing committee for the Hartwood Centre for Community Youth, communications and promotions coordinator for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation, CBIC, Run for the Cure, event volunteer for the Halifax Comedy Fest, the Atlantic Film Festival, and the Halifax International Busker Festival. At the Mount, Margaret was a key presenter for the Co-op Symposium, where she developed an e-portfolio and presented her experiences to peers and co-op employers. Margaret has also volunteered at the Mount Scholarship Luncheon and assisted students in need while volunteering for the Mount's Diversity Center. Margaret has balanced her volunteering initiatives while maintaining a GPA of 4.15 and exceeding her co-op employers' expectations in her work terms. Before her second work term, Margaret initiated her own job search in Vancouver and landed a highly coveted PR agency experience at Laura Balance Media Group. Because of her efforts and ability to set high standards, this company continued to post cooperative positions, and 2 more PR students gained valuable agency experience with this organization. Margaret is a leader, active volunteer, and competent student who will no doubt be an ambassador for the Mount in the future. Congratulations, Margaret. The recipient of the Graduate Kappa Gamma Pi Award is Jarrett McLeod, Master of Public Relations. And unfortunately, Jared is not with us today, but he will receive his award. The President's Prize is a special award donated by the university president and is awarded to members of the graduating class whose energy, generosity, and commitment have enriched the university during their time as students, and who will promise that their commitment will continue as alumni. It is with great pleasure we award the President's Prize to Louise Brooks, Master of Public Relations. Louise is an outstanding student, dedicated and focused in her studies. She is committed to excellence in public relations, practice, and leadership. Louise has a substantial career in public relations working in the health communications sector, and she has brought this extensive experience to bear on her academic performance as well. Louise's major research project in the Master of Public Relations program was an analysis of online early childhood health messages in public health, a study of social media messaging in public communication. Louise is a natural leader in the classroom, providing mentorship and support for her peers. Her generosity of spirit is evident in the way she shares her time and experience with fellow students. She takes a very collaborative approach to learning and has made a great contribution to the program. Louise is already a proud alumni of Mount St. Vincent. She's a graduate of the Bachelor of Public Relations degree, and now she adds her accomplishment as a graduate of the Masters of Public Relations to this role. Congratulations, Louise. The Valedictorian Prize provides all valedictorians with a lasting memento of their achievement and contribution to the graduating class. To be chosen valedictorian, the student must have maintained a strong academic record, must have been actively involved in a number of extracurricular activities, either on campus or in the community, must have been nominated as a fitting spokesperson for the graduating class by their peers and or their faculty. I am pleased to present the Valedictorian Award to Vanessa McClellan, Bachelor of Science, Applied Human Nutrition. Vanessa has demonstrated an enduring commitment to her chosen profession and her community throughout her life, especially during her time at Mount St. Vincent. Her leadership and significant contributions with the Canadian Association of Food Service Professionals program have been recognized at local and national levels with the prestigious Gold Plate, Bob Taylor Memorial, and Ron Whittick Award. Under her leadership, the Canadian Association of Food Service Professionals branch was recognized with the National Branch of the Year, an unprecedented 4 times. She has also been active with several other student groups and served as a coordinator of an externally funded wellness project and with National Nutrition Month. As further evidence of her accomplishments, she was recognized by the Canadian Progress Club as Halifax Cornwallis Young Woman of Distinction in 2010. Vanessa has managed to maintain a high GPA during her time at the Mount while balancing her volunteering, research, and now I'd like to invite Vanessa to deliver her speech.
Madam Board Chair, Madam Chancellor, Madam President, distinguished guests, faculty, graduates, families, and friends, it is an honor to give the valedictory address this afternoon. Thank you. Fellow graduates, how did we get here today? How were we successful? Well, we believed that we could do it. We displayed relentless commitment. We imagined and dreamed of what we could achieve, and then we did it. We found the strength, and we thought we were just too tired to write one more page of that paper at 2 a.m., to study that chapter one more time. And we persevered to keep getting better along the way. During our time here at the Mount, we were presented with both challenges and opportunities. And I think we can all agree that walking up that hill in the winter with a bag full of heavy books was a challenge we all shared. Today is a day of great celebration and reflection. We should all be very proud of what we have accomplished. We should be thankful that we had this education and for our professors and mentors we had throughout our time here at the Mount. We now have the world at our fingertips. When you get out into the working world or wherever life takes you next, keep the following in mind. Take advice, observe, and remember that you will never know all the answers. The fun comes with knowing that you will learn as you go. Something my parents always told me growing up, and that I really understand today, is that money is not everything in life. Yes, it can certainly be an indication of how successful you are, but most importantly, be happy with where you are and what you do every day. As a special mentor of mine, Mary Sue Wiseman, said so well, what puts the fire in your belly? In other words, what gets you excited about what you do every day? Continue to ask yourself this question. Be confident in what you do, but not cocky. Make decisions wisely and always think before speaking. Take constructive criticism. It will only make you better. Be a team player and a leader, and never forget the importance of having a mentor. And in life, remember to always listen. Everyone has a story. Hold tight to your values. They define who you are. Volunteer and give back to your community and to those in need. Use your talents and knowledge to make a difference. Don't have any regrets, and try not to sweat the small stuff. Life is too short. Remember that life can be compared to a boomerang. Whatever you give out comes right back at you. If you show appreciation, love, patience, kindness, and respect, these too will come back to you. Life comes with no guarantees. It is about not always knowing. It is about having to accept change, taking the moment, and making the best of it. Seize every minute. Look at it, really see it, and live it to the fullest. Remember to always be good to your family and the people who are most important to you. And always remember who and what made you the person you are today. Parents and guardians, you must all be thinking, where did the time go? You think back to teaching us how to hold a pencil, write our name, and now here we are. A big thank you to our parents and the special people in our lives. You were all there with unyielding support, and you gave us the motivation that we needed to get here today. We could not have done it without you. Fellow graduates, look at the people sitting around you today. We did this together. We will always remember the fun and challenging times. We learn from one another. We learn from each other's strengths and weaknesses. We knew that we could do it, and we instilled this in one another. Congratulations, everyone. We are now alumni of Mount St. Vincent University, a university that fostered us personally and professionally, a university that allowed us to form the relationships and the friendships we have today, to push ourselves beyond our limits, and to continually strive for excellence. Thank you.
Following the convocation ceremony, graduates and guests are invited to a reception in the Seton lobby, and I now declare this convocation closed.
Could you please stand to sing O Canada?